The only extant scuola here in Venice today is dedicated to Saint Rocco, or in the Italian, San Rocco. He was a 14th century French saint who in fact was able to survive plague with the assistance of a dog who daily brought him bread. And in fact, the body of San Rocco was purchased by the government of Venice in 1485, brought here to the city and interred in that church that you see there behind me, because it was believed that Saint Rocco could protect Venice from plague. Now remember that in the Middle Ages and Renaissance, Venice was a crossroads of cultures and of commerce. And so, like today, Hong Kong or New York City was also a fertile breeding ground for disease and epidemics. And so the idea that Saint Rocco could somehow alleviate that risk in the city. And so when he was brought here, a church was constructed to house his mortal remains, and a scuola was also born to honor the saint. And the hall of the scuola is the structure that you see here to my right-hand side, where construction began right around the year 1500 under the direction of an architect named Bartolomeo Bon, was then continued under the direction of an architect by the name of Scarpagnini. And in fact, when the construction of the scuola was complete, they were ready to decorate. And so in the year 1564, the scuola announced the competition for the contract for the decoration of the ceiling of the albergo, which is the boardroom of the scuola, and that any artist interested should submit a design. And the competitors in this competition were top shelf artists of the day. People like Paolo Veronese, people like Giuseppe Salviati, Federico Zuccari, and a celebrated Venetian painter by the name of Tintoretto. And the story goes that while the other artists were still thinking about what their design was going to look like, Tintoretto actually completed a painting and paid someone off to have that painting installed into the ceiling proper, so that when the members of the scuola opened up, not only did they see a finished painting, but they saw it already placed on their ceiling. Now, all of the other artists cried foul. It wasn't fair, of course, that Tintoretto jumped the gun. And to kind of quiet their protest, Tintoretto told the members of the scuola that they could actually keep the painting for free. At which point, the members of the scuola decided that they actually liked the painting and decided to commission Tintoretto to then paint all of the works that would decorate the scuola itself, not only the albergo, but eventually the great chapter hall and the great hall on the basement. And so for the next 23 years, Tintoretto would produce canvas after canvas and create what I like to call the Sistine Chapel of Venice.